Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Ara with CMDandCODE, and today we're going to talk about Lambda School. Lambda School is the boot camp that I'm currently attending, so keep that in mind as I talk about it. So what exactly is Lambda School? Lambda School is a 30-week immersive program, kind of like a boot camp. We'll explain why it's kind of not a boot camp in the future, but just keep that in mind as well. So now we're going to talk about how much it costs. This is the thing that makes Lambda School rise above all the rest of the programs around. And that's the fact that you don't have to pay anything up front in order to attend Lambda School. It's based on an income share agreement, which basically states that if you are making less than $50,000 a year, or are making more than $50,000 a year using skills that you didn't learn at Lambda School, then you don't pay them anything within 5 years. If after that 5 years you start making more than $50,000 a year, then you don't have to pay Lambda School. And if you do end up paying them because you're making over $50,000 using the coding skills that you learned at Lambda School, then you are capped at $30,000. So you're never going to pay more than $30,000. And as I said before, that contract does expire within 5 years. So now that we got the income share agreement, complicated financial madness out of the way, I'm going to talk about what the schedule's like. For me, I'm on the East Coast, so the schedule for me is 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that's Eastern Standard Time. So that would depend, obviously, on your time zone, because you do have to attend live lectures. You can't just watch the videos afterwards. You're only allowed to miss, I think it's 8 hours a month, I believe. But I wouldn't recommend missing any school, because you learn so much in one day. One day is like a month of learning outside of Lambda School, honestly. It goes so fast. I just got done with my first week, so I learned a bunch of different technologies. I learned HTML and CSS. I learned Git. I learned the box model. I learned Flexbox. So those are that's just the first week. So you really don't want to miss any time at all. I pretty much covered a technology a day. So the first thing you'll do when you sign on in the morning is you'll do a code challenge. This is usually something in JavaScript. And then you'll have a lecture for 2 hours, and then you'll have lunch, and then you have a project, and then you'll have stand-up, which is basically your check-in meeting at the end of the day to see how things went, how you are with everything, if everything's going okay. If you have any questions, you could ask your project manager, that I'm going to talk about in a second, any questions you might have. So what's the environment like? Now I'm going to go into PMs. So project managers are basically like your code mentors. They're there in your small groups, because what happens is you're in your cohort and then you're divided up into your small groups, which you have like a head PM, and then you have all of your cohort members, your peers. So your PM is kind of like a TA, but there's a lot more of them than there are in like college, and there's only like 1 or 2 TAs. I think there's only like 13 or 12 people in my small group, including my TA. So it's about 1 to every 15 to 20 people. So it's about a small class size. All of the students are super friendly. Everyone is super helpful. Everyone's super funny. We have a ton of fun together in the Slack channel, even outside of class hours. We just hang out in there and, talk and talk about the material, talk about random other things. And it's a really laid back and energizing community of people that you're going along this coding bootcamp with, and it's just fantastic. So, what technologies will you learn? I only know about the technologies that you learn in the full stack web development program because that's the program that I'm enrolled in, but I know that we are learning obviously HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Redux. I know that we're doing some Python and Django. I think that we're doing some C. Don't quote me on that, but I think that we're doing some C in the computer science-y portion. But that's something that I wanted to touch on right now too, since I'm talking about the technologies, is that 3 of the programs, iOS development, Android development, and the full stack web development programs all do 3 months of computer science. So it's not just a boot camp in which you do this 3 months and then they push you out the door, you go find a job. It's, okay, you do these 3 months of full stack web, and then you have to do these 3 months of computer science to kind of catch you up to like the computer science graduates. So you have computer science graduate knowledge at the same time of having the knowledge of someone that went to a coding boot camp and did that for 3 months in this intensive program. So you smush those 2 things together, it's like having a college degree and going to a boot camp, which I'm sure not many people actually did, because why would you? So I think the final question that everyone probably has is, how do I get in? I know that they choose the participants of their programs based on a lot of factors. I think mostly the reason that I got in is because I am unemployed and I'm also financially stable without being employed. I think that's one of the main things that they're looking for. And I think that people that are really busy or have a lot of obligations often aren't put on the priority list either. So I think that as long as you have the time to dedicate to the program, that they're going to let you in. And as long as you pass the Lambda challenge. The Lambda challenge is basically an algorithm-based JavaScript test that you have to complete in 45 minutes, I believe. And basically it's 3 questions, and they increase in difficulty as you go throughout them. So you do need to be pretty familiar with JavaScript in order to get into Lambda. My personal suggestion to how to get into Lambda is to do their 2-week pre-coursework. It's basically a free 2-week bootcamp that you don't have to pay for. You have no obligations to join the main curriculum. So if you want a link to that, it's going to be in my description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to rate it thumbs up. I will talk to you guys later. If you guys have any more questions about Lambda, make sure to link them in the description below. I love you guys. Goodbye.